I want you to talk about Zeke Seminario a little bit, how you met him and what he meant to you.
Well, he was a Spaniard. He was a Basque. He was about 4 years old when he came here from Spain. And he was farming the ground right next to the stable, and I rode by there on a horse one day, and he had a Alice Chalmers Model M crawler tractor, and it was cackling, it was running. He said, "Get on it." And so I got on it, and it didn't have a steering wheel. It had two levers. He pulled the clutch in gear, and that thing started brrr, going down the... And I didn't know what in the world to do, and he left. But anyway, I worked for him for a couple of years when I was in high school, and every year that I was going to Poly, every vacation, everything, he always had a job for me. And I learned about farming, whatever I know about it, from him. And he was a kind of a perfectionist. He wanted everything. If we loaded a load of hay, he wanted it just right. If I turned one bale the wrong way, he'd say something, but in a really nice way. I didn't have any fun working with my dad. It was all just business. But Zeke could kind of make a game out of it, and we'd haul a load of hay to the grinder or something. He'd say, "You know how to go to Lancaster." We'd get in the alfalfa festival. We'd probably win it, and I'd just bust a gut, you know. He knew how to work people.
Was his name Ezekiel? Was that his?
Ezekiel Seminario.
Where did he live?
He lived right there. He was raised in City Terrace.
Is that in Alhambra?
Yeah. No, that's between Alhambra and L.A. And anyway, he was farming those hills. He didn't own the land. He just leased it, and but he had enough stuff to farm it. He was farming 400 or 500 acres. And when I got out of high school, he said, "Well, this thing is getting too big for me. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll sell you a half interest in it for $1,000, and you can pay me out of next year's crop." And that's exactly what I wanted to do. And I came home and told my mother, and she says, "Who is this Zeke?" And I'd been working for him for 2 years. And she wanted me to go to college because neither one of my folks had gone. And Tim had went a couple of years to SC and got married and dropped out. And she wanted to be sure I went. And I really didn't like high school. I went there just because I had to go to school. But I finally, she kept telling me I'd have to pay board and everything, and I finally went. But I went to Poly, and they had stuff I was interested in, so I did like it up there. I had probably a pretty good 4 years of my whole life.
You were the first full graduating class at Cal Poly.
Yeah, I sure was, 1942.